Several years ago, we relocated to British Columbia. It was a desired and anticipated change for our family. We were excited and looking forward to the move. Yet, several times as we discussed the move, purchased our new house, and made arrangements, I felt a sense of loss. Why? My focus was on the ending and not the beginning. It's similar with your organizational change efforts. Every change is both an ending and a beginning. Stay tuned to find out why balancing the ending with the beginning matters and 3 actions that you can take to help people let go and move toward something new. Every change is an ending and a beginning. And to enable healthy and sustainable change, you need to recognize and help people navigate through the ending in order to begin something new. That's what I did with our move. When my perception of our move was focused on the ending, I questioned the decision. Things that I'd never liked about my current city suddenly became things that increased my sense of loss, uncertainty, and discomfort with the change. But as I acknowledged the ending, I could shift my perception to the beginning and the next phase of our lives. And that allowed me to become more aware of other opportunities and openings for creating that new life. It's not resistance or even disagreement about the change that prevents us from moving forward. It's that sense of loss and the fear and the uncertainty of the transition that holds us back from making the changes we want to make. And the same is true in your organizations. That's why the key to moving forward is to acknowledge the ending and then help people shift the focus to the beginning and creation of something new activities, new habits, new behaviors, new environment. Whenever you introduce something new, it's normal for people to initially focus and feel that sense of loss. Even when it's a desired change, like our move, expect them to respond by questioning the event, pose reasons why it won't work. They may even challenge the need and the decision. But helping people see and balance that ending, accepting that as part of the normal process of ending that current state, allows them to open up and move towards something new. And when you shut that opportunity down, you shut down the opportunity for them to let go and move forward. Helping people see and balance that ending with the beginning is necessary to create the readiness for change. So let's talk about 3 things that you can do to help guide people through that ending and enable them to refocus on the beginning and increase your organization's change readiness. First, create time and space for people to get comfortable with the need to change. Adhere to the law of change. I've made a previous video on the law of change, and I'll post it in the show notes below. When we understand and can internalize the need for something new and different, it's easier to let go, and we can begin the process of moving forward with something new. Second, acknowledge the ending of the current state with respect and clarity. It's easy when you're promoting something new to highlight all of the benefits and the opportunities that solution has to offer, and then to disregard, criticize, or minimize what's happening in the current state. And although talking about the benefits of the new is necessary and helpful, it can't be done at the expense of the current state. When that happens, we feel the need to defend the current state. When we were moving, the more my husband talked about all the great things and benefits of our new location, without acknowledging what a great life that we had had in our current city, the more I felt the need to defend our current city and all that it offered. And as I said, many of the things that I had often complained about became features that I was going to miss and started to mourn for as we were looking to move. Remember, all those changes that you want to make, those things that you believe are inefficient, outdated, and need to change were once a new idea, or solved a particular problem, or allowed people to function well in that organization. It's part of your organizational identity and the identity of the people affected. So treat that current state with respect. Allow people time to reflect on what worked well, what isn't working, how the current state has shaped your organization and influenced your future stability. Help them see how the new state builds from what is, why there is the need to change. As the late William Bridges said, the great paradox of change is that to maintain continuity, we must change. But help them see that the change is part of the continuous evolution of your organization by respecting what is now. And be clear on what is ending and what is staying the same. That will also help create that stability. Third, involve people in creating a concrete, clear, and meaningful outcome story. Our stories shape our perception. They define what's important and where we place our focus. Your intended outcome story helps people focus on that beginning, reduces uncertainty, and allows them to let go and move toward something new. I've done a previous video on creating an outcome story, and I will post it in the show notes. One last thing. You may think people are too focused on the loss and get impatient, maybe even overreacting to the change, that people aren't seeing enough of the benefits and have the desire to push harder, to double down on those benefits and label them as resistance. All of this is not resistance. It's a normal part of the change process. When you experience this, when people are struggling to let go, to move towards something new, instead of pushing harder, get curious. What's driving that response? What influences has your previous organizational change and your history with change having on the response you're seeing now? Many of our responses today, all of our emotional responses that we experience today are often based in our past experience. And remember, you started the change journey sooner, especially if you initiated the change. And you may see things from a different perspective. So give people time and space to shift their perspective. Help them look at both what is ending and what the possibilities of the new beginning are. Labeling any of these reactions as resistant increases the risk that your change efforts will fail. I hope you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.